Montserratians go to the polls today to elect a new government. And in sports, West Indies slump to a shocking series defeat. I am Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, November 18th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Now the process is a little different and it'll surprise you, but you're gonna love the results. So let's get started. We'll start with the sauce for the filling. Place a medium saucepan over medium heat and melt in 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Stir in 3 tablespoons of flour and let that simmer for about a minute, whisking constantly. Next, whisk in 1/4 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My wife has given me permission to speak tonight. You know, some 50 years ago, a small group of visionary students on the campus of Howard University, in their low to mid-20s, saw a need not only for the students to connect among themselves on the campus,
Voters in Montserrat are today casting ballots to elect persons to a 9-member legislative assembly. Outgoing Premier Donaldson Romeo is among the 9 people contesting the election as an independent candidate. Romeo had led the outgoing People's Democratic Movement, the PDM, to victory in the 2014 general election, but has since been replaced by his Communications, Works, Energy and Labour Minister Paul Lewis, who is confident of victory even though the party is fielding 7 candidates. The PDM is expected to get a strong challenge from the Movement for Change and Prosperity, the MCAP, that had been in power prior to its defeat in the 2014 election. There are a record 35 candidates contesting the 9 seats that political observers on the British Overseas Territory say could result in a coalition government being formed. The 12 polling stations on this volcano-ravaged island open at 7 a.m. local time and will close at 6 p.m. Supervisor of Elections Claudette Weeks says all systems are in place to ensure a smooth general election. Montserrat's single constituency system means that each voter can cast ballots for 9 candidates. Over in Haiti, the Civil Protection Directorate, the DPC, says it is awaiting the complete evaluation of a fire that yesterday gutted the building housing, the Departmental Electoral Office, and the National Office of Identification. Media reports say the fire began following the arrest of an unnamed political activist when opposition demonstrators who have been calling for the removal of President Jovenel Moïse from office took to the streets. Moïse, who came to power in 2017, has refused to accede to the calls of the various opposition parties and has instead named a former prime minister to hold talks on the possibility of establishing a government of national unity. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the public should stop worrying about the depreciation of the dollar and focus on inflation instead. Holness told supporters of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party on Sunday night that while he understands the concerns over the recent slide in the value of the dollar, this is normal market movement. Last week, the Bank of Jamaica said it released $90 million for sale to authorized dealers and large cambios as it intervened in the foreign exchange market through its foreign exchange intervention and trading tool. The move by the central bank was in response to the recent fluctuations in the value of the dollar against the US dollar and public concern about the depreciation in the exchange rate. The BOJ attributed the exchange rate fluctuation to increased demand for foreign currency due to regular restocking by retailers for Christmas. It also said there has been extraordinary demand relating to portfolio transactions. Bahamian Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis has met with the European Commissioner responsible for humanitarian aid and crisis management, Christos Stylianides, on the immigration challenges the country faces. A statement by the office of the Prime Minister said the meeting took place during Ministers' visit to Brussels last week. It said the Prime Minister highlighted the state of the country's already stretched social resources faced by his administration and its impact on the country, the government's strategy to prevent the re-establishment of unsafe shanty towns, and the importance of protecting the country's borders. Prime Minister Minnis noted that immediately following the passage of Hurricane Dorian on September 1, all residents, particularly those from Grand Bahama and Abacos, severely affected by the Category 5 storm, as well as undocumented migrants, were evacuated and provided with shelter, food and medical treatment at the expense of the government. Repatriations were suspended for a period of time for non-documented residents affected by Hurricane Dorian in the immediate aftermath of the storm. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
The first round has already been passed, and it was awesome. Now, Dog Pound, you ready? Jafar, you ready? All right, people, it's round 2. We're not wasting any time. Let's get straight to it. DJ Casper, lock the cage.
The brain try to give you something that you can sustain. Listen to the power and listen to the pain.
I don't need a visa. I'ma flex my muscles and I feel like John Cena. Give your shorty wood, you would think that she was a beaver.
Okay, now that that's broken and cut into the flour, we're going to go in with some fresh ginger, and I love putting tons of ginger when I make kurma. So feel free to put as much or as little as you want. And guys, if you wanted a soft kurma, just add a little bit of baking powder to this and you can get a soft kurma. And I'm gonna go in with some sweetened condensed milk. And I'm just going to mix that in.
Minnows, Afghanistan inflicted West Indies with a stunning series defeat on Sunday after stifling the Caribbean side's powerful batting lineup to pull off a clinical 29-run victory in the final T20 International of the 3-match series. In pursuit of a challenging but hardly insurmountable 157, West Indies found themselves bogged down again, and only Shea Hope, a late injury replacement for Dinesh Ramdin, managed to defy the Afghan attack with a top score of 52 from 46 deliveries with 3 fours and a 6. Opener Evan Lewis struck 24 from 23 balls, but no other batsmen passed 11 as the Windies paid dearly for a slow start and losing wickets at critical moments during the runs chase. Naveen ul Haq, a nerveless 20-year-old seamer who was handed the new ball, undermined the innings with 3 for 24 and also got the key wicket of captain Kieron Pollard for 11 in the 18th over to snuff out the Caribbean side's last realistic hope of victory. The humbling result came just 24 hours following their 41-run loss at the same venue and marked their 4th defeat to Afghanistan in 7 T20 internationals, but the first ever series defeat. And not even a slightly farcical 9-over-per-side affair could snap West Indies' women's losing streak as they slid to a 5-run defeat to India women in the penultimate T20 International on Sunday after the extended delay at the start of a massive reduction in overs. India scrambled to 50 for 7 with off-spinner Hayley Matthews claiming 3 for 13 and leg spinner Afi Fletcher and off-spinner Shinita Grimond finishing with 2 wickets apiece. 24-year-old Pooja Vastrekar was the only one to reach double figures with 10 as India never found their momentum after being flat. In reply, West Indies came up short at 45 for 5 of their allotted overs. Matthews and Chinley Henry both stopped scoring with 11 and McLean chipping in with 10. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.